Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to be continuing our Romance of the Three Kingdoms XIII run. Last episode we did begin the long struggle of trying to basically meat grind our troops. We pushed north, we killed a whole bunch of troops, but there was just way too many of them. We do have the problem of we have 40% of Cao Cao's troops, and so it's a matter of grinding, getting good exchanges, ecoing up. We're starting to eco up behind in some of these cities in the rear that are starting to come on up. If you look at the kind of right corner, you can see their commerce, culture, and farming. As this stuff comes up, we will be able to deploy better units. We will be able to afford bigger kind of economies, this sort of thing. Jiangling notably is doing quite well, but we are continuing on. Hopefully we have a higher ratio of officers than the enemy does, and we have captured some officers from what happened last time. Kind of holding on to some of these guys for a long time here. But this episode, what we will be doing is kind of reconsolidating, waiting for our petition to Sun Quan to go through, where we are going to ask them to attack Xinye yet again. But in the meantime, the wife maxing is starting to pay off, because if we come into the city, we now have a child that we can help to rear. We can start rearing our child. Liu Bei, the weather outside is lovely. How about we head out as a family? Nice opportunity. Where do we go? Let's go to the market. Liu Hong can buy anything he wants, and we are going to choose how Liu Hong gets educated. Look, they're selling weapons over there. Weapons? You may be too young for a real one, but I'll buy you a practice one. Alright, we go to the child rearing tab, and what we're going to do, we have Liu Hong. He's currently being raised. He is skilled in leadership already, so we're going to make leadership focused. Well, we could skill focus. So the thing is as far as skills go, they tend to not have a lot of skills, generally speaking, these custom officers, and maybe we focus leadership, but the leadership's going to be the harder thing to get. I think we go leadership focused and see how he gets spit out. And so he's going to study to become the greatest leader on the battlefield. He's going to need to study history, as one does. And this is kind of what we're going to be doing. These guys should be able to repel more or less this army that's advancing. I think they're advancing because we marched out from Jiangling with everything, but they would have to march through us to get there, and so it's just a bunch of ministers. They should get clapped, and hopefully now that we've weakened Cao Cao a little bit more, maybe Sun Quan could get in. If Sun Quan ever captures Xinye, that will make it a lot harder for Cao Cao to reinforce Xiangyang, because they have to go through Xinye. And so this would be really, really nice if we can get that sort of scenario for ourselves. So yeah, let's continue on. So while doing a fetch quest to get a friend, we roll some luck and we find the Art of War, which is an incredibly valuable piece of item, which is going to give us plus 10 leadership, and it's only going to cost 4,800 gold. So we're just going to pick that up, and it's a steal, and we'll forget about that fetch quest because now we don't have enough money for the fetch quest. Tragic. So it's looking like our strategy is going to play out pretty nicely here, because Xinye, they're just not defending it looks like. For whatever reason, they're just consumed with hatred for us, a seething hatred, and they're just coming for us. We have this massive face-off here, but I think what we've decided to do is we are going to not get involved in battles ourselves. That way we can control who departs from the cities. You see the turquoise guys versus the blue guys. The turquoise guys we can't control. They depart while we're in the middle of battles. If we just don't send a guy out into battle, or we don't control a battle ourselves, we lose the advantage of controlling battles, but we get to control who gets deployed and in what units. Like, for example, maybe we don't want Lei Bo or whatever his name is, or Zhao Hulan. Maybe we don't want these guys leading large squads for forever. We can't do anything about it currently, but we could do something about it as long as we stay out of the battle ourselves. And so I think we're going to try and play Overwatch here, try and make sure we're only deploying really strong squads like we have in Jiangxi and Guan Yu, in order to kind of shore up the defense here, and in doing so hopefully we can get a little bit better churn on them. We're going to be kind of trying to, that's the wrong button, we're going to be trying to keep a close eye on the forces and how exactly many troops they have. We see 1.05 million for them, and we're cruising up in the troop count at a decent clip. We were at low 400s at think at the end of last episode, and so we're recruiting up and we're churning through enough of their troops that we're starting to make some sort of progress. And so this is what we're hoping, but we're also hoping that Xiangyang is just not going to be defensible. once Sun Ce takes this, which is looking like he's going to take it. And so the battles are also progressing through pretty nicely in here. We're helping out here and there, but we're making progress. We're going to shut these guys down, and maybe that's going to be the end of them. We hope. Certainly after Kaiyang gets taken, this line will be severed, and so they will hopefully have to divert to going after Sun Quan. These guys are marching on our thing eventually, we think. They're just waiting to link up the last little bits of their troops, but I think we have enough to defend here. I think the original march count for them was 120,000, and we have around 100,000 here with an additional 10,000 coming in there, and then it's kind of far off 10,000 coming from the very back lines, but we have this 28,000 stack here that can potentially come in and enforce. And in fact, I think we're going to deploy this. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what happens when we auto-deploy as kind of an indication for what we think is happening when we are in battle. Something like this. And it's just a bunch of... Giving Gao Ding doesn't really make a lot of sense. We see that Zhao Yun is by far the strongest, so we could just, cruise down and then make Zhao Yun's unit a lot stronger. I think we leave behind whoever has the most, governance, which happens to be Li Yan. And so we take something like this, and then we take it with a lot more troops. And in this way, we will have a much bigger unit that is also going to be a lot stronger, and will also get to fight, considering there's a unit cap and not a troop cap. You saw that when last episode, where every time we killed a unit, a new guy was coming in. This will maybe be a little bit better. I think we're going to not use quite that many. I think we're going to use like 16,000. Oop, that's not anywhere near 16,000. But let's come in here. And so we will send them off. And also, we get to keep some of the diplomatic guys at home. Like, for example, Mi Zhu has been standing out here for forever. I guess he's finally been defeated. But some of these guys who are more governance-oriented, just standing here forever, it's really underutilizing their ability to improve our cities. And so I think we're taking a step back and not going to be as tactically involved, but instead more strategically involved. So we hit the scenario we want where we finally broke free of this battle. We're pushing this way, and Xinye is occupied in battle, and there's another 21,000 coming up. I think that's just about the only troops. I guess there's another 31,000 behind. Ooh, man, they are really bringing the heat here, attacking in, which is going to be spectacular for us, because we will be getting in on Xiangyang, and there's no place for which to send reinforcements. Most of their troops are already tied up here, planning on sending in on us, and so because of that, we will be able to send in on them into Xiangyang, and probably acquire our first city capture of this entire run, if I recall, or our city capture from someone else. We are controlling it from the strategic map. We are not kind of doing this ourselves, but we see, I think that, alright, I don't know if Cao Cao can hold this, but the point is he can't reinforce Xiangyang at all, and looks like they have come on over, so we're going to advance to Jianghe. We are stopping here in order to let the morale improve before they came on in. You saw that Zhou Yun did not have a chance to get his morale improved, but I think that hopefully they can hold. I think they can hold. I think they can hold up there. And so now we're pushing it into a bunch of minister nobodies, so we're going to be able to do a whole lot of work there. Who is Shamoke a force of? He's ours, baby. And so we'll get ourselves some aptitude from there. But these guys will be short work. And we are destroying there. They're not going to win those battles, and hopefully once we actually take the city, all these guys go back to their places so that we will have full control over everything. So let's take a little bit of a watch here. Zhao Yun's units are getting dunked on a little bit. We'll help him out. He's coming to invade Jiangling. Well, that's not going to work with 13,000, but I think that they're doing that because we have no troops, but the fact is they have to run through our troops to do that. So I don't know what that's about. Okay, we want these guys to advance. Actually, we're kind of okay with them. Guan Yu's force. We want them to advance to here. I suppose Ma Dai will let him kind of control this, but I think we get the city here. Because there's no one... Oh, they're retreating from fighting Zhou Yun's force here. You can see most of them retreated. And I think that these guys are all on defense, so I think we are going to send back the people who have been here for some time. We're going to disperse Huang Zhang's force here. We're going to disperse a few others. Zhao Yun took a lot of damage, so we'll disperse him anyways. Wu Ban, again, took a lot of damage, so we'll disperse him. We'll keep a couple of these guys kicking around, but I think that they've decided they can't make this assault. They're trying to come back to their cities so that they can save both Xinye and Xiangyang, but there's no way that they save Xiangyang here. Maybe they could save Xinye if they just pile in. Sure. Well, I mean, actually, they're churning through them really hard here. This is a little bit tense. A spot. I think we win it. Alright, we're gonna give them some money. I don't want to cut away because I think that this is like a spot where we maybe get something done here. Well, we have him construct a stronghold. Sure. Actually, no, let's not. He doesn't have any money. Let's have him instead, Wadai, advance to here. Okay, so it's looking like we get through it, and I mean, they have a lot of troops here coming in, an additional 50,000 into Xinye eventually, and we are taking these guys out, and so this is going to be it. The little bit of adjustments to be more strategic oriented seem to have helped. Let's take a look at who's here. We're going to disperse Zhang Fei's force because he is a little bit closer. These guys are from really far away, these two. And so I think we let them sit here a little while longer because it's going to take us forever to get there. But we capture here. And we are going to be transferring some officers over. And so we get our first city pickup here with a nice little expansion. Okay, so we are trying to strategically deploy some guys. We have coming out of here 2 units or 2 officers, so we're leaving 6 behind to do and develop the city, but it's just going to be a party of 2, not very intelligent, not very good leadership. Shamoke with a high intelligence Ma Su, leading a big bow unit. Here we have 2 units with, I think, 4 officers coming out, so we're leaving 2 behind to develop the city, and these are 2 10,000 spear stacks, and they're coming to Xiangyang with the idea that from Xiangyang we will look to defend that city, and we will just immediately march on Shenyang while they are not very organized and they are trying to defend against Cao Cao here in Xinye. So we're going to defend Xiangyang, we're going to have some people coming on up, but then we're going to simultaneously have the troops that are here advance on Shenyang and look to peel off another city. Starting to regret actually marching back with Zhang Fei because we see that these guys are actually incredibly soft. They're big soft softies, and we could probably push them out. So we're going to wait for Meng Da and Yang Kai to kind of recover here, and then we're going to march out onto Bashui and look to pull that down as well. And so we'll look to pull the 3 cities down from which we will be in a really good spot to continue pushing, and this will, like, peeling 3 cities off is going to hugely change the balance. Cao Cao's on like 30-something cities. We're on, I think, 14 or 13, something like this. Moving them down to 27 and us to 16, something like this, is going to be really valuable, especially because it looks like they might lose Xinye as well. I'm not sure exactly how this winds up. It looks like there's a lot of troops here, which is why we're marching guys to Xiangyang to be able to defend it, especially from the far corners, because these guys will not march up very quickly at all. And so if they're really far away, we want to get them marching now. So for example, we could march out of here as well, just look to kind of pull something up here into Xiangyang and just do it with like kind of just 1 unit, especially guys who are really flexible, kind of have good stats all around. Like this guy, we just max out the troop, we send him with you know, some light bows, and he will be able to, you know, maybe do something useful, but if not, we can send him back, but we will have him if we need him kind of up on the front. It'll take forever for him to march there, but this is kind of what we mean by we're trying to organize all these units. We have Ma Cao coming out here as well, with a pretty strong, I think it's just, I think it's 3 units or 3 officers here, but we're leaving behind 7 to develop the city. So hopefully we can both eco up faster behind, or faster than Cao Cao behind this, and at the same time actually peel off 3 cities. That'd be really nice. Plan's working excellently. Shenyang's on the verge of falling. After that, we can even push into Hanzhong. I think we're going to assign some of the guys whom we are pushing with, like, for example, Ma Dai. I think we're probably going to make Ma Dai governor over here. Actually, we probably move Peng Tong up to be governor here, and Zhuge Liang, I think we're going to make governor of Hanzhong. Considering we are moving to a more strategic path, I think we are going to be changing our comrade setup a lot. That way we can send kind of the better officers like Guan Yu and Zhuge Liang. That way we can send them out to control over these newly acquired territories and lead the troops on the front line, knowing that their troops are kind of going to be the most valuable, so we want to have the best guys on them. We are making a little bit of progress here. I'm not sure if we can push here, push through entirely here, but eventually we want to go and take Bashui, and this is also going to prevent any reinforcements from coming through, at least from Tianshui, Jinsheng, and Wudu over to Hanzhong. They could still come through this Guajiao pathway, but we will be able to continue pushing from Shenyang, and we will transfer over here, I think Peng Tong to be governor. We'll take a look at maybe what we could do. You know what? Who we could transfer? We have a ton of guys over there in Chengdu, so maybe we transfer even Zhang Fei. Something like this. Yeah, okay, maybe we do Zhang Fei and Peng Tong and some other guys here. So we're going to come in here, and for war, we're going to sort by war. We're going to transfer Zhang Fei. Let's see. We're going to do Zhang Bao, bring his son along with him. And then maybe we actually don't need Peng Tong, but we want to probably transfer some more out from Chengdu, making sure we leave some useful guys in Chengdu, which is going to be the rub, isn't it? And so we'll get some guys in. So from Chengdu, Yang Ren is kind of decent, and Yang Eng, they will pair nicely together. Zhang Xiao is the son of Zhang Fei as well. I think we'll keep all these guys who are buddies together, and we'll transfer Ma Liang forward. Zhao Huxi is the wife of Zhang Fei, and so we'll kind of transfer half the guys over from here, and then maybe we can take a look at someone we can transfer over from here, or from... No, let's leave it for now. I think this is fine enough. We might eventually put Guan Yu in here, but this is going to be a fine enough squad. And then we will automatically assign governors, which is fine. And then from here, I think we're going to have... we have Guanping coming up to here to help this city out, so I think we're going to have Macau advance here, which is going to be a little bit more flexible in case he needs to join the push on Hanzhong, and then we'll have the rest of these guys push forward to the place just before Hanzhong. So we'll see if we can... Oh, we can't. Can we select multiple ones at once? No, we can't. So we'll have all these guys advance to Anyang and then look to push on Hanzhong soon. So we have them kind of squeezed here at this point between east and west. We have taken down their fort here, and so we're going to retreat this guy as soon as he's out of food. So as soon as this battle's over, we're going to retreat up. But then we're going to be pushing on both sides, which should do fairly well. We're going to wait for Guanping to arrive on this left side, or sorry, on this right side. And then now that that battle's over, we're going to take Zhang Ren, and we're going to disperse him. Oh, he's out of... Is he out of food too? No, he's got supplies. So these guys will be these two will be the next out of supplies, but that's fine. They are dispersing there. We are doing a little bit of a quest here to try and get friendship. And if we get a duel, yeah, they just let us through. So we have to investigate inside the city in order to do our little friendship quest with Fa Zheng, who's going to take over for the spot of Zhuge Liang. We're going to put Zhuge Liang. We're going to have him post up in Hanzhong when we're done with this. Oop. Let's put you in Anyang so that you can heal up your morale, and then everyone else we will advance with. And then we will disperse only with Zhuge Liang, I think, once we take the city, because it doesn't look like they could do much to prevent us from taking the city. They're just horribly disorganized. I kind of don't like that we have to click each one of these and we can't just group them up, but that's fine enough. Maybe there's a way for us to group them up. No, we don't want to construct a stronghold, but we do want him to recover all of his stuff. They can't reinforce up through there, and here we have our nice friendship. We'll just kind of skip through that so we can kind of watch what's going on. But it looks like Hanzhong is, yeah, they're going to come and support this side, but this is only 20,000-30,000 troops coming in, and so we should be in fine shape here. And then Guanping will also be advancing once we let him recover his morale a little bit. And here, they're trying to resupply, or they're trying to reinforce Hanzhong, but they can't. And then down here, we do see that, as far as progress goes, Sun Quan is not making progress, so it looks like he's not going to take Xinye, but he did provide the absolute perfect cover for us to just nab what is going to be, or is about to be, 3 cities for ourselves. For our little blitz after taking Hanzhong, we get a little visit for the Emperor, who's promoted us to East Officer Conquest. Big nice. This will allow us to promote a lot of our generals and will give us an additional point of leadership in war. Alright, so we have some changes coming in here. We are going to putting Fa Zheng in the spot of Zhuge Liang because he's no longer there, and Peng De will be replacing Guan Yu. It hurts to say it like that because Peng De, man, did he replace Guan Yu, historically speaking. And then this is kind of the state of the affairs of the map. We picked up the 3 cities. Xiangyang, we are going to have Guan Yu in charge there. We are going to have, in Hanzhong, we are going to have Zhuge Liang in charge. And in Chengdu, we have moved over Wei Yan because this city has a lot of troops. We definitely want someone to be able to lead big chunks, big armies. And so we have moved Wei Yan over there because Zhang Fei we had moved over here, and Zhang Fei was holding down the spot before. Actually, you know what? We're going to swap these guys, but we're not going to show it on camera. We're going to move Zhang Fei back here because there's just more troops than there is here in Shenyang, and Wei Yan can lead one big stack, but Zhang Fei and his son can each lead stacks, and so I think we'd like to swap that around. But right now, we're just focused on kind of consolidating, maintaining enough guys out here to make sure that we acquire these positions. They have marched forward out to this position. We might be able to push it, but we've dispersed our armies. I think we're going to look to rake back our armies, maybe. I don't know exactly where this guy's going. Maybe we could just sneak up and push here, and continue pushing, or something like this. We have a lot of troops already in place. I think they're still kind of out of position, and they aren't really apt to be able to flood an attack. Also, here they're defending against Shamoke with way more troops than Shamoke has, and we're okay with Shamoke tying up their troops, so maybe we could even continue the northern campaign and look to even push this, or even Wudu, although Hanzhong does not currently have much troops, so we're going to need to figure something else out there on a short-term basis, but really, really making some serious progress. As far as comrades go, we're going to move Huang Yuying away. We're going to slot in him for now, but we're probably going to look to do something like this, which should put us in good shape, I think, with the people that we have available in our city currently. We also have Wang Ping in our city. We do want to friend him up so that maybe he's a leadership guy. I think we want to be a little bit more leadership oriented than just everyone on war, because we do have the 3 wives on wars because we're wife maxing. And so, yeah, this will be our new comrade setup. So things are really progressing and starting to feel pretty good here. We are defending here. I'm not even sure if they really want to push. Looks like they do want to push, but we are in the process of besieging San Quan once again to attack Xinye, which of course will disrupt any sort of attack coming this way. At the same time, we have quite a bit of troops posed up here in the west ready to attack, and I don't see a way that they could possibly resist our attack on Wudu. They have nowhere near enough troops kind of in this vicinity to really reinforce. I mean, they got more troops kind of coming on in, but this is not going to be enough, especially with so many troops already mobilized here. We also have a good chunk of troops still left here to defend, and so we should be in pretty good shape here. So one of the consequences of us starting to make progress is every time we take a city, we're very likely to capture officers there. And if you see off to the left, you can see that these guys belong to Cao Cao's army, but they have been captured by us. They are currently prisoners inside of our army. It's guys like Zun Yu, Chen Quan, very, very strong. We don't have very many strong military officers, but we are also recruiting some of these guys over. So if we come and we take a look at all forces, remember that they had around 105 million, 101,005,000. Now they're down under 1 million, and they have 135 officers. We are up to 130 officers. We do have to appoint a domestic minister, but this is how we're making progress right now. And so, and we're up to 600,000 troops. So we've quickly hit a bit of a turning point, and now we're asking Sun Quan again to be attacking into here, which is going to be more than helpful enough to allow us to kind of take all of the northwest, I think, once this comes through. We also took Wudu. We are just going to keep pushing north because they don't have any troop, or they don't have sufficient troops, I think, to withstand us, and so I think we're going to just keep pushing north from where our position is right now. We appointed Zhang Ren governor. He's currently leading some troops up there, though. I'm not sure how long that governorship stays. We're starting to try and pull and leapfrog some of our better officers from the back up to the front. We might move Hongzhang up, but the city Zitong's pretty well developed, so it's nice that they can kind of come in with a lot of troops. But we're starting to reach an inflection point where pretty soon we're going to just be able to push kind of for the win here. We hope. I mean, I think. Unless they form some coalition against us, which they won't, as long as we keep renewing the alliance with Sun Quan, they won't be able to. So I think that's kind of what things look like now. So Sun Quan attacking Xinye kind of saves us yet again. They were forced to stop attacking Xiangyang, which of course is spectacular for us because they are just going to be knocking each other down. And here we have a situation where they're not really going to last too much longer in Jincheng here. And so we are going to be pushing up and taking another city kind of here in the north. And we're going to start leapfrogging guys over. I think that Macau can push out from here, so I think that the furthest back of our really good officers now is Zhao Yun, so we'll almost certainly assign him to this new city. After that, Zhang Fei needs a place to stay. It do be like that, and it rhymes, so it's even better. But yeah, this guy's just getting dumpstered, and we take another city here. And so we are making excellent progress, and we will have to move someone over. We could move someone like Ping Tong, though. The thing is, Ping Tong's not even that great a leader. We are trying to foster some friendships here in the main base, but we're, suffering from success. We just have too many cities now, or we're starting to have too many cities, that we can't put a properly good officer in each of them. We moved Meng Huo, who was one of our comrades, up into here, and so we are going to have to figure out someone to put up here. Maybe we move all of Meng Huo's guys over there, and then we move... that's an interesting one. We could move all the Meng Huo guys over into Jincheng, and then move all of, Zhao Yun up into here. I think I like that. I think that seems good to me. So we'll make those movements. So we take the far northwest of, and we capture Zhang He there too. We're going to transfer some officers over there. I think we're going to transfer Peng De there. Peng De is currently one of our boyos in the main capital, but I think we're going to move him up there. And we're also going to move some sort of ministerial governance minister. Hopefully one that isn't a minister already or a governor, so we got to scroll down quite a bit to find something like that. And we find it in Yanpu. We don't want to split up the squad, though. That's us, so we're not going to move that. And so we're going to move Fei Shi. Not exactly... And Liu Xiao. And this will be a decent amount of governance we kind of want to put in the corner. And then Peng Day can march out on his own, so just kind of a small little squad there that we have going. But we have this episode conquered a whole bunch. We got Xiangyang, this city, that's Shandong, I think, Hanzhong, Wudu, Tianshui, Jincheng, Wuwei, and this, I think, puts us over the kind of maybe the top. We're going to dismiss some comrades. We'll make people governor automatically. And we also are in a bit of a nice situation because Sun Quan left this nice and vulnerable here because there's not a whole lot of defenses left. They fought for quite a bit here. We didn't really show that too much, but I think we might even have the most troops now, which leaves us in really good shape. So if we go info and we go force, and we look at the list format and we sort by troops, we don't have the most troops. But they've come down from well over 1 million to 920,000, and we've gone from 400,000 to 700,000. So we're in excellent shape here, and I think that we're probably looking to regroup here, unless they're going to try and push the city. Maybe they push the city? Oh no, wait. What are they? Are they trying to actually... Alright, well, I mean, I guess they're going to try and push the city, like, immediately afterwards, but we were thinking we get a nice little regroup off after not so much time, but that's going to be for next episode, where we'll get a little bit, all these guys over here, we'll get them to regroup, we'll send everyone home, and then we'll probably start a big march push up through this left side and the middle, and then ask Sun Quan to attack something like Shouchun, in order to pull as many of these troops out of position again as possible, and that should give us enough ground to kind of push up into here and still try and maintain having minimal fronts with the enemy. And so I think we're in really good shape. Things are really shaping up quite nicely. We also have been making a bunch of friends. It's not too big it's not that important that we're making friends, but that's kind of what we've been doing while we've been managing stuff in the background. And so, for example, we have Wang Ping to report to. So why don't we make a friend? It'll just take us 6 days, so we could do this before we kind of conclude out here, and we could show Wang Ping getting in there. Oh, is that Fuzun? All right, cool. We'll enter, and then we will report to Wang Ping. We'll visit. We'll say, hey bud, we did your fetch quest, we did your message quest. It do be like that, and now he is our friend. Which of course we're gonna slot him in as comrade. He's a very solid officer, especially in the later game. He's like one of the guys who appears late and survives late. So if you get to the hyper late game, he is one of the better officers. But I also think, yeah, perfect. He is a leadership guy. So we're starting to accrue more leadership guys, and so now we have +7 as our bonus here, which I think is a little bit better. In theory, we could maybe slot out him for some more leadership. What does that even look like if we slot out Jiang Wan? It looks the same. Okay, well we'll slot, or wait, if we slot him in for this guy. Yeah, we could get even more leadership. I think we'll keep in Jiang Wan. Jiang Wan has a high enough leadership score on his own that he actually can lead troops decently. But this will be our new squad with Wang Ping in there. Wang Ping will go up +7 on both the leadership and the war, so he's not, I don't even think he's got a very high appointment in terms of officer rank, and so he'll go up to 90 leadership, 86 war, and he'll be very, very solid, and 75 intelligence. Li Dian, notably, we also picked up. We recruited him from Cao Cao's force. Normally, he's very loyal to Cao Cao, and we got him in. But we have diversified our portfolio here, really kind of pushing out a lot of our better officers to other cities to be governors, so that they can lead large squads, and so that from the main base, we kind of have more middling officers now. We can even march out ourselves and just not activate the battle because we don't want the auto marches to take over. I think that was kind of an important distinction we made, is that the AI marching with a bunch of like not very good units was kind of ruining us, and as soon as we kind of cleaned that up, things felt a lot better, in addition to Sun Quan kind of pushing into Xinye multiple times for us, which is really, really, really valuable. We're going to put foreign. I think we can go alliance. Can we renew the alliance? No, we can't. And so what we can do is we can do petition, and we can ask him to push Shou Chun for us. We're going to do whoever arrives kind of quickly. And we see Jiang Wan will arrive relatively quickly, 30 days later, and he'll be pretty good at negotiating. And we want him to attack Shou Chun now, and he should be able to kind of muster a lot of forces from here. And so once the Shou Chun, next episode at least, once the Shou Chun attack goes through, then I think we make another push through the middle this time, while his troops get distracted and try and get to being top dog next episode. So that's what I think we're going to go for. We're just a little bit behind him in troop count. This is kind of a good metric for who's winning. We have more officers now, and so, yep. I hope you guys enjoyed. The run's kind of coming to a little bit of a conclusion here. If you did enjoy, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do the YouTube algorithm, and other than that, have a good one.